Hello YouTubers, Charles here. Hopefully you just saw a time-lapse. I'm trying out some new video editing software. The video editing software I used to use would cause my videos to be a little choppy. The frame rate became inconsistent and it was a little hard to watch. So I'm trying out some new video editing software. Hopefully that was just a time-lapse that looked decent. We have just collected 4,000 units of fuel, which counts as a new outpost. We needed to have an antenna, docking port, generate power. I'll have all that. 8 Kerbals have that. Have 4,000 units of liquid fuel, which we just collected. Maintain stability for 10 seconds. And we've done all that. We also apparently completed the contract for extracting 600 units of ore from Minmus. Now, I thought we had to return this to Kerbin, but apparently not. But I'm still going to attempt to do that. So we apparently have collected the rewards for both of these, which is over 600,000 funds. So let's close those out. Let's turn them this way. It's a little hard to see the whole ship at night. Let's finish. Well, let's time warp to the day. And actually, we need to collect actual ore to return if we're going to return ore. So let's stop these, and we should now be collecting ore. And probably take a few days. We've already been here about 10 days. And that's about a quarter there of what we need. Probably going to have to wait until the next day. At least the day on Minmus. I'm not sure how long the days on Minmus are compared to the ones on Kerbin. I guess I could have timed them. Seem about the same length. We have about 2/3 of the fuel that we need, ore that we need now. And we're now approaching 5/6, but I bet the sun is going to set before we get the full 600. And it has. Let's open these tanks now. And I'm going to wait until daytime. It's going to be much easier to see the rocket, both for you and for me, when the sun has risen. You see we're now collecting additional ore. They're beginning to fill these bottom tanks. Ooh, it's rotationally. There we go. Here comes the sun. So I think it's about time we can now leave. The station will be uncrewed. Let's actually shut down the harvesters. We're going to leave this uncrewed. We don't want to leave a pot on the stove, let's say. These are actually cooling. Alright. So let's panels. Let's transfer Vericca into the return capsule. this has what should be plenty of fuel. We have a larger tank than we had on the moon, and we had a problem getting back from the moon. And combine that with like the lot less gravity, we should have no problem getting back. So let's head out here. I'm gonna stage, and I'm guessing we're gonna stay with the main ship. So I'm gonna have to switch focus until we get to the rocket. Yeah. There we go. Let's throttle up and head east, as is the typical. Gonna head pretty far over here. The low gravity, we don't really need to be going up, we just need to be going over. 5 degrees should be good. Let's zoom in here. And yeah, you see we're going up. We should easily clear that hill there. We can put the gear in, we don't need it at the moment. And I'm going to stop that at about 10 kilometers. There we go. And let's circularize our orbit. Something like that. 17 meters per second. That's basically nothing. It's like a 3-second burn. And where is Kerbin? There's Kerbin. Alright, we're gonna want to come around again. So let's here we are, just leaving the flats. Let's time warp a bit here. Let's get above 3 kilometers and then time warp a bit. There we go. Well, the low trajectory does have its issues, but it is rather fuel efficient. Let's head prograde, and we actually have like 2 minutes until our burn. Okay. And let's just burn about half throttle now. It's not a long burn by any measure. That looks good. And now we want to escape. So let's add a maneuver here. Hopefully that will have us going nearly straight back. We can adjust for improved efficiency there, and we can actually probably that's probably good. Where is this? Alright, so somewhere right about here we can add another maneuver. Let's bring that distance indicator up and bring this down. Whoa. Well, interaction with I guess that's the moon. Bring that back. And we want to get this down to about 40 kilometers or so. Ooh. That one's way too low. We'd burn up. $40, I think, is good. It will probably take a pass or two through the atmosphere. But that's why we have 2 ablators. We don't want to slow down too fast. Alright, so we have about a 13-second burn here in about 23 minutes. So let's time warp around. Now we're keeping our charge, so this is enough in the sun. Though now we're going behind, although we're pretty stable here. We're not actually going to be using much SAS at all. Alright. Now, obviously now we're using SAS, but we do have 50 units of battery in this. And while this is taking about 10, we should be pretty good. Alright, we're going to start about 7 seconds, so in about 3, 2, 1, go. And cut. How does that look? How does that look? I think... Well, it's slightly off, but it should be fine. Why is... Oh, our burn is like right before. Huh. I'm going to go past that burn and see how things work out. Alright, so we have about almost 3 days to coast away here. Actually, at this point we want retrograde, but we're not gonna spin while we're time warping. About 2 more days. Speed things up a bit. And we're gonna go past the burn. Okay, we are now out of the sphere of influence. We're about 22 minutes past the burn, which... There we go. Now everything is... Let's, 96. How do we... Alright, I'm just gonna make a new maneuver. Pop that up. Bring the Kerbin axis down again. Let's... There we go. Bring this back down to 40 kilometers or so. Now, 55, 23. Using the mouse wheel here, but it seems to just take off if I go too many rolls at once. 37, 44. That's about good. 211 meters per second. That's a big burn, but we should have that. Let's, I mean, 7 minutes at this distance really isn't going to make a difference, but... Alright. In 3, 2, 1. It's, where we're heading. Down to the end of the burn, and we're just about at half fuel right now, so we'll have plenty. And cut. That should be really close to what we want. Let's 38 is fine. And we have 155 units of fuel left. Let's, I'm gonna actually put, say, about right here, a maneuver. And, well, let's just say warp to next maneuver, because it's going to be a quite a wait. It's like 8 days, 6 days, well, 6 days left. That basically we're falling, and we are starting from almost 0 meters per second. Although it's a little under 50, I think. I didn't actually get too close of a look. All right, here we are, about 500 kilometers up and dropping quickly. We happen to be in the shade, which isn't that great, especially because we're going through our electric charge pretty quick. Let's kill this. And we're going pretty quick, and we're going to be picking up speed. I want to slow down, but I'm going to try to raise our periapsis at the same time. So we're going to nose up a bit here. I want to get that back up closer to 40. I don't want to do too much power-wise. I want to still have some power left for holding us stable. And these engines don't generate power. Alright, hopefully that will be good. When this gets to 40, I'll cut no matter how much fuel we get left. There we go, we're at half power. And we've slowed down at least 100 meters per second, maybe more. We do have a little fuel left, but at this point, I don't want to risk it. So let's get rid of our engines. I think that turned on our engines. Let's try that once more. Okay. There we go, that has exposed our first ablator. See, this has 200, and we have another ablator under that one. And, ooh, here comes the sun. I'm gonna turn this way. And, oh yeah, look at that, we are charging back up. And we still have some time. Let's time warp a bit here. Alright, we are fully charged. I'm gonna wait till about 100 kilometers up to then say go retrograde. Well, I've already said it will. We should be good at 80. That will actually. There we go. We'll use a bit of electric power, but we should be good. Where are we coming down? Our periapsis is just as we're. Oh, we're already in the sunlight, but just past sunrise is like here. So we should be, well, we're not going to be landing on this orbit, but we should be landing in the sun, wherever that may be, after a few orbits passes through. We are below 2,000 and we are out of ablator. Down to 25 kilometers up. We've been in this situation before, but it's not one we want to be in. We're approaching 20 kilometers up. And things are heating up. That's probably, well, everything. Our legs, our parachutes. 16 kilometers up. We are slowing down. We're under 1.5 kilometers a second. Approaching 1 kilometer a second, and 10 kilometers up. Really need to be slowing down soon. 8 kilometers. Looks like we're over water. Need to slow down. Real soon now. There's our drogue chutes. Here's our regular chutes. Whew. The drogue chutes basically saved us, I believe. Without them, we were a few seconds from hitting the surface. You know, once we hit, it was like, not sure exactly when they're good, about 400. Once they went green, or not yellow, even partially deployed, they slowed us significantly, and hey, now we're coming down under 6 meters per second. Let's time warp a little bit here and wrap this episode up. Alright, 10 meters. And splashdown. I'm not sure why those are still deployed. I'm not going to ask. It's time to recover. Well, we didn't have to, but we did bring 600 units of ore back from Minmus. So I think that's an accomplishment. No science. A little bit of funds. No XP gain for Vericca, but we have over 1 million funds again. We were quite low there for a bit. We have over 2,000 science. So that about wraps this episode up. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time for more Kerbal Space Program. See you then.